This episode of the Corcoran Entertainment Show is brought to you by Holy Hydrogen. Okay, guys, let's be real. We all try our best to stay hydrated, right? But not all water is created equal. That's where Holy Hydrogen comes in. They've got this awesome device called the Lourdes Hydrofix Premium Edition, and it takes clean water to the next level by infusing it with molecular energy. That means you're not just drinking water. You're giving your body extra support with every sip. Better energy, less inflammation, and a real boost to your immune system. So try the Lourdes Hydrofix Premium Edition today by going to shop.holyhydrogen.com/Corcoran and use the promo code Corcoran for $100 off your purchase. Again, that's shop.holyhydrogen.com/Corcoran and use the promo code Corcoran at checkout. Stay hydrated and stay healthy. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Corcoran Entertainment Show. I am your host, Frankie Corcoran, coming at you on a Thursday. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast on a Thursday, our bonus episode. Not really much to say in the intros here, just aside from the fact that I have my 8 fan on full blast for this intro. Just one of those things. In our intro, we, of course, plug one of our partners at Holy Hydrogen. Stay hydrated, guys. It's still summer. It's pretty well done now. But, hydration's still important. Make sure to stay hydrated, stay warm, stay cool, all that good stuff. So, that's it for the intro. For that, not really much to plug or anything like that. Just stay healthy and all that good stuff. So moving on with the bonus interview today. Cheri Darling. This was a great conversation. It's very fitting that she goes by Cheri Darling because she is a darling. She was the absolute best. She's a photographer, author, founder of Tata Darling, which is a one-of-a-kind wellness Airbnb in the heart of Temecula Wine Country. Just great stuff that she offers. If anybody's in the area there and you're looking for a place to stay, give Tata Darling a try. I know I will definitely be up there if I'm in the area and I need a place to stay. That will be the first place that I call. So thank you again to Cheri for coming on. Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. And so this is the last episode of August. So everybody going back to school. I think I've said this in the last episode or earlier this week. But going back to school, enjoy the rest of your summer break, and have a great year. Have a great school year. Whatever it is you do, if you're a parent and your kids are going back, if you're a teacher and you're going back to work, or you're a student who's going back to school, whatever the case may be, have a great year and, make good choices. So anyways, guys, without further ado, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast today. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Corcoran Entertainment Show. I'm your host, Frankie Corcoran, and today I am joined by a lady who wears many, many hats. She is a author, photographer, occasional singer, and she's also the owner. She's the owner of Airbnb, Tata Darling. Very excited to have her on here today. Cheri Darling. Cheri, how's it going today?
Outstanding, just like the song. I'm excited. Thank you so much for having me on your amazing show. And I do love Ozzy already.
Yeah, you guys can't see this here for those of you guys listening to it, but my dog loves people who. And I mean, he is one of those dogs where if you're talking to anybody but him, he gets okay, he starts sniffing the camera. He's right in my face. But we still love him for it too. I mean, that's. Do you have any pets or anything too, or?
Absolutely. And one of my other hats, I'll just turn my hat a little bit. One of my other hats is I breed Shih Tzus. So in line with health and wellness, a Shih Tzu is a Shih Tzu and toy poodle mix. They look like little teddy bears, And if you check out my bougie poodles Instagram, you can see them. They look just like little teddy bears. And the motivation behind having a breeding toy poodles and shih tzus, my kids were all asthmatics, and I wanted them to have the benefit of having a pet, and I couldn't have anything that was going to aggravate their asthma. And so when I found out about these type breed dogs, these designer breeds, I said, well, why not? And it's just been such a wonderful. So I love you have a doodle. What type is dog is
Golden
Ozzy?
doodle. He's a golden doodle.
Absolutely.
You can't tell that he's yep, and he loves to bark at people too. This is a daily occurrence for me. As soon as I start doing a podcast, come here, buddy, come here, knock it off. There you
That's
go.
how he can get your attention, though.
Exactly. He's like, you're gonna talk to somebody who's not me. Okay, bring it on. I'm gonna make you come to me. Or he's just excited to have you on because I mean, just all the amazing things that you've done. By the way, happy belated birthday. Your
Oh, thank
voice,
you.
as you mentioned, is a little raspy. You were partying hard recently, correct?
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't that the purpose of birthdays? I mean, if you remember it and your voice isn't raspy, that means you didn't do it hard enough. So
No,
so
exactly. So you're a singer, but you don't do it professionally, right? Like that's one thing that
right.
you were clear on. You say I
Right.
sing, but that
Right.
doesn't mean I go out of my way to make money off of it, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. In fact, one of my celebrity clients that I work with is a Tina Turner tribute artist, and her name is Lisa Ann Harris, and she can sing. She is a powerhouse, and one of the things about her is she's so powerful on the stage. You have better be a track runner to keep up with her because she's so spectacular and energetic. Now she can sing, and but me, I do it for fun, and maybe at parties or something when everyone's having a good time.
But that's the best way to do it, you know. Like I what always drove me nuts about the karaoke nights at bars and stuff was when people would always say, "Oh my God, that person can't sing for shit," and this and that. It's like you're not supposed to be able to, you know. I mean,
Right,
if you can sing, absolutely, that just makes it
right,
better.
sure,
But
sure.
if they can't sing, don't hold that against them because they're not
Absolutely,
singers.
because we're supposed to be on this planet to have fun. I mean, at the end of the day, our whole intent is to share love, stay high vibrational, and just be a blessing and be a light to others, And so, if we can't encourage someone that's literally singing Whitney Houston off key, no one's going to sing Whitney Houston, I will always love you, like she can. So, just surrender to the fact it's going to suck and just have fun with it.
Exactly. It's like you being a basketball player and saying, I'm going to be like Michael Jordan. You're just not. I mean,
I
maybe you
don't think
could,
so.
maybe
I
you'll
don't
be
know.
close, but it
No,
just ain't going to
not
happen the
not
way.
if you even if you were close in talent to Michael Jordan, you'd be in the NBA. So you're probably not even close, but it's nice to think about, and for singing is fun, and people that are picking on the karaoke people, shame on you.
Literally, though, shame on you. We're just trying to have a good time, and
Right.
you're here trying to make me feel terrible, even though it's all in good fun. We're drinking. We're not supposed to be acting rationally. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Love
just what
it.
we're like.
Yes.
That's how I see it. But I mean, going to your journey with, of course, Tata Darling. For those other people wondering, what is Tata Darling?
Well, Tata Darling is a place where it basically manifested into this space where people can come for healing and rest and relaxation. And it stemmed from the fact that I had been a military wife for more than a decade. And, in that space, there's deployments that occur, and just trying to reconnect with someone that's been gone for 6 months could be challenging. And so I just found that sometimes I would say things like, oh, I'm just going to go to the store. And I would go for like 2 hours or 3 hours and come back with a loaf of bread just because I needed a space to kind of breathe. And so Tata Darling kind of manifested out of that thought process. Why don't we give ladies and gentlemen a chance to just say, you know what? Maybe I'm going to call in well today and go to Tata Darling and just sit there for 4 hours and have a cup of tea and maybe a spa treatment. It's just like going to get your nails done, except it's more elevated. It's in wine country Temecula. And I guess back to your original question, it came about just a place for people to just relax. And there was, I don't know if you remember this movie called Friday. It had Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, and and it was like a huge hit, and it really made Chris Tucker's career. And then he went on to do Rush Hour and all of that. But there was a famous line in there where Ice Cube was so frustrated with his neighbor, he just said, "Bye, Felicia." And that was like a pop coin. It was like a pop phrase and everything. And I asked my daughter, the beautiful Samara, and I said, "What's a nicer way to say bye, Felicia? That sounds a little more elevated." And she said, "It's Tata Darling." And I thought, oh, I love it. That sounds so much more luxurious. So Tata Darling was born. It's like if an Airbnb and a wellness spa had a baby, she'd be called Tata Darling.
That's a great way to put it. I love that. That's really, really good. And it's in wine country, you say?
Yes, Wine Country Temecula. That's in Southern California. We're about an hour and a half from San Diego, California, and maybe 2 hours from Los Angeles. So we're more inland. So if LA is by the ocean, just go 2 hours inland, and you'll get to Tata Darling thereabouts. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm from Canada, but if I ever go up that way, that's where I'm staying at an Airbnb. I think I've stayed at one Airbnb in my entire life. And
Oh,
it was pretty basic. I mean, like how would you compare Tata Darling to some of the other like basic Airbnbs out there that are just, I mean, when you're going for Airbnb, sometimes you're not going for anything too fancy, just something to just stay the night in or stay a weekend. But how does Tata Darling compare to others?
well, everyone's doing their best. It just happens to be that Tata Darling is exceptional. And what I mean in that space is we have all 5-star ratings. We have an expectation to deliver a 5-star experience when people come there. So everything has intention to detail, from the way the towels are folded, from the thick, thick cushions that when you step out of the shower, your feet sink in just a little bit more, and high quality sheets and things like that, but and linen. But the decor is fabulous. I mean, it's I use the colors of the chakras. So you have an emerald green sofa, there is royal blue chairs. I mean, I really went out of my way to have yellow and orange, and have all these colors represented, because you feel good when you have colors around you and in your environment. But not only that, Tata Darling has fresh live plants. And we also have salt lamps throughout the space. So salt lamps make the air feel lighter, and it's cleaning the air. So we really pride ourselves on, when people come in, the first thing they realize, it's so peaceful. And it sits across from this majestic Serenity Mountain, and it's truly breathtaking. And across the street, there's a park, and then there's a spiritual trail that's about 2 miles, and it's just, you pass horses, and then you can go up this mountain. It takes you about 5 minutes if you're walking slow, but you can walk up this mountain. I think you can see God there, because everything is so visible, and it's such in a high majestic space. So I believe that's what sets us apart, in the fact that we are so close to all of the wineries, all of the 5-star, all of the elevated spaces. We have Lake Skinner that's only about 15 minutes away. So that's a very spiritual space, because Lake Skinner has the beautiful lake, the mountains. We're in California. So I'm very proud of the space, but kudos for anyone that's operating an Airbnb, because it's work and there's challenges, and I just give everyone props when try something different.
And that's good. That's fantastic. And so this has been running for how many years now, Tata Darling?
I love the way you said that. Well, we're not even in our first year yet.
Are you
And
serious? It feels like you guys
yes,
have been running forever. You know what I mean?
you
Like,
know what? Because we're so grounded in the space, people feel as if this has been going on, but this has been a dream on my vision board for years. And in terms of my book, everything that is coming forward is like when you plant the seeds and they all start to bloom and populate at the same time. Everything is blossoming at the same time for me, and my heart is full.
That's perfect. I'm so happy to hear that. I mean, that's really. Did you ever expect that this is where, like, what you would end up doing? Because I mean, as I mentioned, you have many hats. You're a photographer as well too, which is a thing. Was Airbnb owner ever one of those things that you predicted you would become, or it just kind of fell into place and you kind of just roll with it?
You know, I would have to say both because my goal really, I'm in the wellness space to let fellow humans know that our bodies are equipped to heal themselves as long as we provide the proper environment. So my voice really is to use to help people in the wellness space. And then it got to a point, do I have to choose between photography and wellness? And I'm thinking, no, I don't. There's before and after pictures, there's testimonials, but then my voice got a little bit bigger when the space that we were blessed to own, one of my friends said, Cheri, you have a far infrared sauna, yes, and you have Normatec lead compression therapy that's used by LeBron James, yeah, and then you have this red light there. So you have all of these things. I said, yes. She said, do you heal people here? And it hit me so hard it almost knocked me off my feet. I'm thinking, I could help people heal here. Even if I just offered it into a space where they could come and experience it, that would be enough for me. And if I could have a conversation with them, or when I finish my book and I talk about the importance of sleep, and if they come to my Airbnb and they realize, wait a minute, one of my dear friends, she said, Cheri, I don't like to say I have, this person identified and said she had um, high blood pressure, hypertension, and she had all these different things. And I simply said, it hurt my spirit. And I just said, then she mentioned that she stays up and a very successful businesswoman. But she mentioned one thing that sometimes she doesn't go to bed till 2 or 3. And then I'm thinking, wow, wait a minute. Let me just find out what's going on. What diseases happen if you have a lack of sleep? And then, I mean, everything she listed was a result of lack of sleep. And so it was inspiring because I was able to add that to my book where I could say, hey, this is what your body's healing between the hours of 10 and 12. Your body's healing this organ between 12 and 1, but we don't get to go back. So if you don't go to bed till 3, you're missing all of that healing from those different when your body's trying to restore itself. So the importance of sleep, we talk about nutrition and we talk about exercise, but no one talks about the importance of rest. Not enough.
That's something that a lot of us struggle with sometimes. I mean, like I think more so than because I know some people say, like eating is a big thing. People, you got to make sure you eat properly and stuff like that. To me, I see a majority of the problem lies in people's sleep because
Right.
people are just go 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 go. And a lot of our topics we cover on the show is entertainment. A lot of times you don't sleep. Like, really,
Yes.
that's the truth
Yes.
of it. You see people who are singers and comedians and actors and anybody who works in the entertainment industry.
Hmm.
Sleep sometimes isn't an option for them, because
Yes. Yes.
they don't know how to stop. So feel free to tell me a little bit more about the importance of it, no matter what your career is, because some people will say, I have to stay up because this is part of my job, like I'm doing the
Well,
show. I don't have time.
right, right. And we only can do the best that we can do, right? So first of all, just admitting that we can do better in terms of sleep. So there's a series that you're watching. You don't need to watch it till, you finish tonight. Just say, hey, you know what, I'm going to turn it off at, 9 or 10. And what we don't realize is when we're looking at our cell phones in the bed, you are blocking the production of melatonin, which is essential for getting restful and restorative sleep. So it's important that we put the phone away, not because we want to go to sleep, because we must put it away. Because if you don't put it away, you're going to go to sleep. It won't be restful and it won't be restorative. So it's really important to even if you can charge your phone in the bathroom, or just away from your headspace, and then promise yourself when you get up in the morning, do not touch your phone. Don't touch it. Just sit there for 5 minutes in the bed with your eyes closed and just think about how awesome life is. Just for 5 minutes. I'm not telling you to jump out of bed and running. I'm just saying give yourself 5 minutes. I think we all can commit to 5 minutes, right? We deserve it. And then just breathe. And when you start doing that and you can start connecting with yourself, you can actually heal yourself.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
And it's something I've tried to a lot myself. I mean, some might say nowadays maybe I'm a boomer because I like to go to bed early. It's like, well, no, this is just. They're like, okay, are you coming out? No, I gotta get up early tomorrow morning. Oh, come on, your grandpa. It's like, guys, I need my sleep. I said I can't do anything if I'm cranky. You know what I mean? Same deal with eating and stuff like that. People use the term hangry. I'm getting hangry. I'm hungry and I'm getting really pissed off, so it's it's funny how people judge you on so many different ways, like no matter what you do. Is that something that you've ever had to deal with, where people will say like, oh my god, like especially when you have an Airbnb, you're running a business, no matter what you do, people will say, you know that room looks like shit. No, no, no. They need to do this or they need to do that. Like, how do you deal with those types of people who, try to, in their mind, trying to provide constructive criticism, but in your mind, it's like, fuck off. You just want to
Well,
say
you
that
know
to them.
what? I think that when it comes to a business and a space like that, I'm always open to receiving information that the customer is willing to provide. Fortunately for us at Tata Darling, the only reviews or insights that are given are very positive. So we're very excited by the space. But in terms of just real life, there's always going to be people that um, are trying to figure their own journey out, so they have to pick apart yours. So we have those people, and I think that's a beautiful lead into my book, Me First Darling, where the importance of setting boundaries and setting the intention that in order for me to be the best version of myself, in order for me to be the best Cheri I can be, I need to put my oxygen mask on first. When you're on the airplane and they said, hey, if something happens and you have children, put your oxygen mask on first and then assist others. And it's so critical because usually moms and parents, we put everyone else in front. And then when you put your to-do list, oh, I got to do the laundry and I got to do this and this and this. We're not on it. We're not even on our own to-do list. And so Me First Darling was a way for us to have permission to say, it's okay to say, you know what? I think that person is a vampire. And what I mean by that is if you talk to someone and you feel tired when you get off the phone, or you feel less than your best, and you felt great, you were dancing to your favorite song, and you picked the phone up, and then they shared all of their sadness on you, and then now you're weak. So you have to decide, how much of it do I have to give? How many F's do I have to give? I'm all out of them. So I'm sorry you've used your quantity for this lifetime and now I have to block you.
Well, it's especially when you got so many other things to worry about. It'd be
Right?
like, okay, there's a leak in the bathroom, and the bathroom's like flooding. Someone comes up, my toast, my breakfast doesn't taste that good. It's like you're like, I got bigger fish to fry here, buddy. You know what I mean? Like that's always there are people like that I'm like, not right now. Like I'll deal with it later, just not right now.
Sure, sure.
It's like they know exactly that they know that you're in the middle of something important. They're just like, I'm just gonna do it anyway. But I mean, I think when you're running this type of business, customer service, patience is a big thing too. Because I mean, you're not gonna have people who are always happy.
Oh, sure,
People are
sure,
grumpy. I mean, like, how do
sure.
you? I mean, like, have
Oh,
you dealt with anything like that?
you know what? I actually will see the space is not a bed and breakfast. So I don't interact with the guests unless they're doing a spa service. So there's minimal interaction. So whatever energy they brought to the space is probably going to be elevated by the time they leave. Because no way you can come into a space that's so colorful and so welcoming and you see all the different touches. And then I have a chime in there. So you come in there and play the chime and it's really difficult to come in that space and still stay grumpy. I just have to say that. And I'm going to stand on that. But I don't have interactions with customers. If they have any issues, they reach out to, the host in that space in terms of who's going to reply to them. But I don't interact with them unless they're using a spa service.
Oh, okay, and that's good. That might be for the best sometimes because you're like,
Yes.
I I don't want to say anything I might regret.
No, no,
Well, no,
no,
you're
but you
open.
know what?
You're
The
open to it, and that's great. You're really, really open to all that. Like someone has something that you're open to hear them. You're not just one of the ones who will
Oh,
just
sure.
no,
No,
don't.
absolutely. 100%. And the other thing is, this is the dream that this is the vision, right? So, are you familiar with vision boards?
Vision boards. I've never really used them, but
Right. I
feel
mean,
free to visualize for us.
well, a vision board is nothing more than if someone were to look over my shoulder and they said, "What kind of house does she like? What kind of car?" If it was just a cheat sheet for your guardian angels, right? If they were looking over your shoulder, could they tell that you love living by the ocean or that your favorite food is eggplant parmesan or something like that? Right? Did I lose you? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, no, no.
So,
I was just like
so
thinking. I'm like, okay.
So at any rate, it's just a matter of just staying in a place of high vibration all the time and knowing that people are doing the best they can. But I will tell you that it's really difficult. You're going by alpacas and all these beautiful vineyards and you see all these majestic mountains and you're on vacation. But my vision really was to do this. A person would call and they would say, "Hey, my daughter's getting married or I'm getting married and I want to come stay at Tata Darling for my bachelorette, get together." Or maybe mom and daughter would come to Tata Darling and sit in the rose garden and have tea. And then I would do a photo shoot for them there. I mean, it's very delicate and it's memorabilia and it's something that they can always have with them. So when I'm taking pictures, the first thing I do is I want to capture the energy. And so sometimes, even if you look at my Instagram account at Cheri D Photography, you'll see that maybe a vision or a photo is blurred, but the guy's dancing. That's movement. That's energy. So, or I remember one of my absolute favorite photo shoots was in Hawaii. We had to do 7 years in Hawaii. It was really tough for us to leave. At any rate, my husband's military, so he was stationed at Pearl Harbor. But at any rate, I was a photographer's assistant there. And I just, wow, I'm getting paid to take pictures of people in the most amazing moments of their life. But this particular photo shoot was different. It was at a hilltop restaurant. And when I say treetop restaurant, what I mean is the restaurant looked like it was sitting on top of the trees. It was so amazing because it was so high up in elevation. And I really wish if someone sees this to remind me the name of that place on Oahu where the restaurant was sitting on top of trees. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. And my favorite thing was when the couple, the honeymooners, the newlyweds, when they would see the pictures and we would sit there and then you have the lead photographer and I was the photographer's assistant and they said, "Well, which two pictures or which picture do you want this to be your biggest picture?" And I would say at least 6 out of 10 times it would be a candid moment where she's looking at him after the shot. After the photographer has posed them, they're walking away and they just kind of glance at each other. You could just feel the love and energy, and it was very exciting. So those are all spectacular moments, and then my sons were all athletes, so my daughter's an athlete, and I remember taking a picture, and this kid was crying. they lost and he was crying, and I took pictures of everything, and I remember my son said, "Mom, why did you take that picture?" And I said, "That's part of the story." Now, of course, I didn't post it, but I'm just saying, in terms of the story, there's going to be winners and there's going to be people that didn't win, right? And so it's a learning experience because everyone's been on the other side, right? You've been on the side of winning and receiving the lesson.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. That just happens. It's just
Right,
that's
right,
just part of it. And
right, right,
I
right.
I I challenge anybody out there to say I only win. I've never lost once. To me, I'm like, that's bullshit, and you know it. Everyone's
Right,
lost at
right,
some point. You know what I
right,
mean?
right, right,
Like
right.
that's just part of it. Or like, it's like people I'm sure say they haven't, they definitely have lost. They just don't want to admit it. You know what I mean? Like, and
Sure,
that's
sure.
but it takes it's very admirable when people are able to say, yeah, yeah, I lost, wasn't our best effort,
Yes, yes.
and that's
And
just part
sometimes
of it.
you'll lose when it is your best effort. They just might have had a stronger team, and we need to be able to be okay with that. Okay, today it wasn't my best day, or I did my best and this was the outcome. It doesn't mean that tomorrow you keep working at it. I know this guy Michael Jordan. He didn't make his, what was it, his freshman team or something, and he became Michael Jordan because of it, right? And Oprah Winfrey, she got fired and she became Oprah because of it. So sometimes, those are called quantum leaps. Sometimes someone may get into a car accident. Oh my gosh, the worst day ever. Or they get fired. And I remember one lady, she was a massage therapist. And I can tell you, she was in Hawaii and it was called Mo Betta Massage. And I asked her, I said, Cindy, how did you get into this? Because her massages were different. They were just like, she said, what I did is I was working at a job, and I guess during training, it was like you get off at 3 or something, or whatever. You came in at 3, whatever, 3 was the number. And then when you get out of training, it went up an hour. So what they told her after the week, said, you've been late every day this week, you're fired. So she was so devastated, but that was her quantum leap because that wasn't her space to operate in. She was supposed to get so upset, watch TV late at night, eating too much popcorn, and then say, you know what? I really want to use my hands to heal people. And she is the best massage therapist I've ever had. And I remember she said she treats every customer or every client as if it's her first and last client. So or first she said she treated every client like they were her only client, because she said for a lot of time, she said, I'm just going to give each client their best massage ever. And then it just bloomed from there. But, when people get in an accident or something that's unfortunate happens and they think, oh, this is the worst thing ever, center yourself and remember what Napoleon Hill said. It's so fabulous. One of my favorite quotes. He's the author of Think and Grow Rich, right? He
Right.
says, within every perceived failure lies within it a seed of equal or greater benefit. Oh my gosh.
You
That
get
means you can't
goosebumps.
lose. You cannot lose. If it's equal or greater benefit, that means that wherever you were at is at least equal or greater. So that was one of my favorite quotes. And that's one that, and I love the lessons I've learned listening to Napoleon Hill. I also love Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dr. Joe Dispenza, I love you. And I have rewired my brain, And so, and then watching messages that you get from like The Secret. Have you seen that documentary?
The Secret? No. Which one's that again? I'm
It's by Rhonda Byrne, and it talks about law of attraction, but it's been out for like 2 decades, and it really just is a great way to kind of let you understand how manifestation works, prayer works, meditation works. Whatever you think about, you bring about. Positive people attract positive things and events. And so when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do after I center myself for that 5 minutes, because if you get up right away, so just center yourself. And before my feet hit the floor, I say, thank you, God, for an awesome day. And I always have awesome days, even if I'm caught in traffic or someone needs to get to their destination more quickly than I need to. I don't get upset. I just say, hey, Maybe they needed that victory when they cut me off. Maybe
You don't
that was
get
a
road
highlight
rage
of
at
their
all?
day.
You don't get road rage at all?
It's not necessary because I like to get to a place and safely, and I just say whenever I get there, that's the time I'm meant to get there. Because if I have to have road rage and go to a dinner, my food's not going to digest properly. So I don't get road rage. Does it bother me if someone doesn't use their turn? Absolutely, but rage, I don't know that I allow myself to get to that level. I just try and stay in a high vibration. But yeah, there's some things that annoy me, but not enough for me to honk at them or or chase them down or anything like that. No. Mm-mm.
I mean, I get road rage. One in particular. I mean, I'm not even sure. I mean, I'm not the type of person who drives around and screams at everybody. But the one thing that irks me more than anything is when there's people on their bikes, but instead of using the sidewalks, you almost just spit out your drink. You know exactly where I'm going with this. When they're on the road, they're like right on the road, and it's like a high
Yes.
traffic area, and they're just,
Yes.
but they're just going like not like I'm not holding up traffic at all, guys. Like
Yes.
this isn't,
Yes. Yes.
I'm doing nothing wrong here, and I'm just like, you
They're
know,
getting their endorphins. Come on, Frankie. But I will tell you this, what does make me a little anxious, and it's only because I'm trying to be safe, are the motorcycles that I don't know in Canada, can they split the lanes? Because in California they can split the fast lane and the third and fourth lane. You can split those. And maybe you're focusing on the front of you and you don't see this Harley Davidson, but you can hear the Harley Davidson. Maybe it's one of those zippy ones that you can't see them to their right there. So that's a lot of excitement. So I'm always grateful when I can drive and not have them. But power to the motorcyclists, love motorcyclists. I've never been on one, and they do zip by on that fast lane.
I'm more so just get like scared when you're just sitting there and they start revving their bikes. And I'm just like, I get it. Your bike's loud. You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting there just, it just starts going. I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand. Your bike is loud. You're
But they
cool.
have the best speakers, right? Come on, the music sounds so clear on the speakers on motorcycles.
Oh, it
It's
does.
super.
Their music's already loud enough. They don't gotta start revving the engine loud
Oh
on
yeah,
purpose. You know what I mean? Like that's
right,
just
right.
my opinion. This isn't road rage at all. We're like the road ragers here. Like we're actually no, you're not even road raging. You're actually pretty you see the best in people on the road,
Yes. Oh
which is
yes.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always good to see the best in people too, and I love you have such optimism about everything, which I think you have to
Yeah.
have. I think we really do need more people to be optimistic and everything, and just seeing how excited you are about what you do, Tata Darling photography, your book as well too. Can we call it a book? I remember we were talking about this before we started. You don't know if it's called a book or not.
Well, I really, because when I say book, I think of boring, and I think there's no pictures in it, and this is really more like a manual, like a self-help, breaking case of emergency type thing, where you read the first chapter and you already know you won, because it's inspiring. It lets you know that, hey, we know it's going to be some tough days. Why don't we be a little delusional and say, hey, everything is working out for me? Why don't we just walk around our house and say, everything is working out for me. My name is Cheri Darling, and it always works out for me. And you can insert your name there. But it's just more than just a book, it's a resource. And I think that's what maybe resource guide feels better, more authentic to me, because you read the first chapter. And by the way, I'll do the audiobook for this. And so it's going to be fun. So I'm going to do an audiobook for this. But at any rate, you read the first chapter, and then there's journal prompts to kind of help you kind of understand or put your own words or verbiage so you can understand. And there's a coloring page related to the chapter. And so now you get to doodle and you get to write things in the margins. And what I really like is at the end, you write a letter to your future self, just based on what you've read in the book. And I invite you to share your story, because my goal is I'm going to meet John Canfield. Hi, John. And, he's the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. And I remember watching his documentary, And he said that he would just imagine, he and his partner would just imagine, they would go to Barnes and Nobles and they would imagine themselves and seeing their book in Barnes and Nobles. So you have to see it here first, as above, so below. You got to see it first. I have to be brave enough to speak it. Like, I see myself in Barnes and Nobles because this book is so empowering that it was divinely instructed to me. Like the words, I have scripture in the book to ground the readers. I talk about um, one of the things I talk about in the book is hold the vision, not the reins. And it's one of my favorite chapters because for people that have maybe have adult children and you want to guide them like they're still four, you have to hold the vision of them getting married or hold the vision of them having a successful life without telling them what to do or how to get there. So when you hold the vision, the reins, it releases us as parents from the outcome as long as it's a positive one. So we don't have to sit there and go, well, I don't like who you're dating. Or I don't like that. Oh, that job is this. You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is see them getting married on the beach, cut out some pictures of the ocean, slap the pictures on there. And that's what takes us right back to the vision board idea because my vision board, I wrote on my vision board, I wrote, and I'm okay, I'm comfortable with sharing it because it's already came true in my mind, right? But I remember saying that I wanted to work with a director that understood Twilight Zone or was a fan of the Twilight Zone by Alfred Hitchcock. Are you familiar with the Twilight Zone?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, okay, just checking. You can keep your cool points. but so I wanted to work with a director. I have these amazing movie ideas that I know with a director that understands Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock, that type of director would get me, like Jordan Peele or Ava DuVernay or Steven Spielberg. Some of those directors that understand fantasy, but it really inspired me to write my second book, which is if you can imagine a young man being revealed that he's the chosen one, but you can't really tell if it's fact or fiction because a lot of the circumstances surrounding the chosen one can be identified. So I was writing this book and it got to be so big and it was the words just really kind of flowed and it feels like Avatar, Black Panther, and Harry Potter, got together and said, hey, let's write this story about a kid born on this date. And he has all of these, and it wouldn't be like those powers you think, like, oh, he can see through walls. It's not that. These are divine gifts that maybe they have great courage, they have great speed, maybe they have amazing, they're handsome, like the Hercules and things like that. So your archetypal hero, he fits all of that, but it's grounded in so much realism because we make references to some of the dates and the events that happen surrounding those dates. So it's so exciting. So it's going to start up as a children's coloring book that allows kids to use their imagination, and they'll be drawing and just really bringing imagination and what's it called? Daydreaming. We tell kids to
Daydreaming.
stop daydreaming and we're stifling them.
That was my
Let
best
them
skill in school. That was the teacher said that was my best. Yeah, I was better at that than anything else in the class. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. One of my
Well, you
teachers
know
said,
what? I think that once we realize that we're not painting, we're not doodling, we're staying in the lines, we're just staying in the lines. And I saw something the other day was so fascinating. They talked about, I guess in the 1800s or whatever. You can check your dates. I'm not into dates. I'm into messages. But anyway, there was no such thing as a front lawn. So people didn't have front lawns. They had fruit trees and they had vegetation in their front yards and then also in their back. But what was put out was that you were so wealthy, darling, that you didn't have to use your front lawn for food. You could use it for grass because you were that wealthy. And then now, now you're forced to go to the grocery store, right? You're dependent now and pay $2.50 for a bell pepper instead of using your land to nurture your body and things like that. So we just really need to get out in nature more, get the sun on your skin. You know what I mean? I'm not saying lay in there and bake, but I'm saying it's okay. The sun, we're all lacking vitamin D, right? So get out in the sun, hug a tree, go to a tree, don't care who's looking at you, hug it. As long as there's no ants. I always check for ants. And then ground. Are you familiar with grounding? These are free, by the way.
Grounding yourself, like,
Grounding. Are you familiar with grounding? Taking your sandals off or your shoes
oh
and
yes,
walking in
yes,
grass. Yes.
that
You know,
always feels nice.
our bodies are flooded with electrons when we take our feet off, take our shoes off, and then put our feet on the grass, touch the earth. And your puppy there, Oliver, you say he's 3 years old.
No, Ozzy,
Ozzy, he's three.
a 3.5. Yep,
3.5. Yeah, I got some of it right. And
you're
when
good.
when he goes out and he's running around, he's donating electrons to you when he jumps on you. So you need to say thank you.
Okay, yes. Next time, I think he got offended. He went out into the other room. Uh, Sorry, buddy. Uh,
He already forgot. I love dogs because they have terrible memories. They're like Dory. Now, okay, I'm not going to talk about cats. I love cats because obviously I'm a Leo, but it just seems like dogs like me more.
you're cheating on them. The Corkin Entertainment Show is brought to you by Podmatch, the ultimate platform designed to connect podcast hosts with prospective guests effortlessly. Are you a podcaster looking to elevate your show to new heights? Or perhaps you're a guest hoping to share your story with a broader audience. Whatever your podcasting goals are, we have the perfect solution for you. Podmatch simplifies the entire process of discovering guests for your show or finding podcasts to feature your expertise. Now imagine a platform where you can easily match with like-minded creators tailored specifically to your niche. With Podmatch, you can effortlessly network with influencers and thought leaders, all while staying true to your podcast vision. There are a multitude of ways that Podmatch can help you grow your brand. You can be part of a thriving community of podcasters and potential guests. Engage, collaborate, and grow together. If you're ready to experience these fantastic benefits for yourself, we invite you to join Podmatch today. Head over to www.joinpodmatch.com/Corkin Entertainment and sign up right now for only $6 a month. That's right, you heard me right, $6 a month. Join the Podmatch family today and watch your podcast soar to new altitudes. Thank you for tuning into the Corkin Entertainment Show, and happy podcasting.
Yeah, so yeah, I've just been grateful. I'm just grateful. I'm starting my podcast. It's called The Darling Universe, and it's a space where I can share all the things that we experience, things that, like we talked about, traffic and ways to center yourself, ground yourself, right? So I want to have a space, a podcast where I can talk about health and wellness, where I can talk about things that you can do to make life easier to manage, you know.
Oh, that's
And
fantastic. So
yeah.
what? So when does the podcast launch? Do you know that or?
Yes, well, we're looking at the beginning part of September, so we're right at the cusp right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's super exciting. Like, so there's more hats that you're wearing now.
Well, you
This
know
right
what? If we
here,
can just give me one fabulous hat, and I just have to say, this amazing hat right here. Isn't it awesome? You checking it
that's
out?
a nice hat, actually. I like that. Wow. Where'd you
Yeah.
get that one?
Well, I have this amazing friend, and I don't even like saying friend because I feel like it's not big enough. I feel like she's my sister, and I had an event, and she was so impressed by the event that she wanted to thank me. It was an all-white event in Beverly Hills, and it was sponsored by Modern Day Woman, and it was fabulous. And she came, and she had such an amazing time that she got this hat with the butterfly on it, and it's from Cadillac Hats. Isn't that a great name? And the packaging was to die for. It was so luxurious. I did a video just unwrapping the packaging.
That's how important it was. It's important.
It was spectacular. But when you have people, and I said, God, if you can just show me my circle. Like, I can't be the only one out here trying to maintain a positive vibration. I can't be the only one seeking knowledge and find out, why are we here? What is our purpose for being here? And I realized, for me, my purpose, my voice is supposed to be used for wellness. It's supposed to encourage people. I'm supposed to be a light for people to say, well, you know what? she looks like that, and she's the age of awesomeness. Wow, maybe I can do it too. And and all I have to say about that is I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful, and I just tell myself when things don't look great that things are going to work out, and they do, and they do. Maybe not the time frame that I would want, but as long as I hold on to the vision, God has it. Things always work out for me, even if I have to say it in my head or out loud. My name is Cheri. Things always work out for me. But Frankie, you insert your name there. You can use that one.
All I'm hearing is don't worry, be happy.
Oh my gosh! Literally, that's on my. I have Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing, that is my jam. I love it.
That's a good one too. Actually, don't worry. What was it? Don't worry about a thing. Everything gonna be
Yes,
all
yes,
right.
yes,
That's a good one. Oh my god, that's so good. That's literally your anthem. That is
yes.
literally your anthem. Don't worry about a thing.
Thank you for saying that, because it feels so authentic, because it's a space that I operate in. And I remember someone said, Cheri, were you always like this? And I think that I've always known that I want to be a light. I feel like if someone meets me, it's not by accident, and I want them to be glad that our carts bumped, or you know what I mean, that our paths crossed. And so I just stay in a positive vibration. And some of the things, I have life just like everybody else, right? you
Yes, you
know
get
it
family,
it, it
kids, all
yeah,
that.
it rains and there's sunshine. I just make sure that when it is sun is shining, that I go and just have a fabulous time. So my birthday, the sun was shining. I don't know if you remember this, but on August 10th, all the planets aligned. Isn't that, I mean, come on. What better gift than the planets aligning on your birthday? I mean, who wouldn't love that? That's spectacular. In addition to being a Leo.
That's just the icing on or the cherry on top, really.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
so good. Oh my god. Like this is I'm already in such a good mood now after all of
Oh,
this.
I love that.
This is literally like we need more people like you. We need
Oh
more
my
people
gosh.
like I'm literally booking a flight to wine country right now.
My
Uh
gosh, you know what? Don't tempt me, because you have to send me your information. I'm going to send you a gift, and you will get that gift. You will wear it at Tata Darling. Okay, let's just manifest it. We don't know how you're going to get here, but I'm going to send you a Tata Darling T-shirt, and you'll wear it. Take a picture on it. But I'd love to take a picture of you in that shirt in Tata Darling.
oh hell yes. Hell yes. And I want that hat too.
Well, I can. I don't know if I can give you this one, but I can get you one like it.
Give me
It's
one just like that. Perfect. And I will be there in a heartbeat.
perfect. Perfect.
And anybody listening, please be sure to come on down to. We're having a big shaker at Tata Darling karaoke. We're gonna sing Bob Marley. Don't worry
Oh, I
about a
love
thing.
it. I
This is
love it.
perfect. I love this. Cheri, you're the best. You really, really are the best.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Congratulations on all of your success too, and for being able to squeeze the time. I mean, like with all this going on, all the hats you're wearing and stuff. You're also a mom. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
how old are your kids now?
Well, I have a 14-year-old and I have some older than that. But usually I don't tell my age, because what they do, they either get sad or happy. And I just rather say that if you really want to know when I was born, if you really want to know my age, look up the Great Fireball. And then you should know it, because the Great Fireball, the meteor, Great Fireball meteor, happened. It hit in Canada. It like landed in Canada and then went back into the universe. So the Great Fireball meteor, and then there you go. And
And
that's the
that's how
only
old
hint.
you are.
Yeah, probably.
That's a good answer. I'm gonna start saying that now. If anybody asks how
Yes.
old I am,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah. 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 But
I'll
you
just
got to,
say
I mean, I don't know if everyone can say that they were born on the day the Great Fireball meteor hit. So you have
no.
to check and see what happened on your birthday. I'm sure something great, but not like a fireball meteor.
No, exactly. July 29th. What happened on July 29th? Anything
Okay.
happened that you know
Wait
of?
a
I'll have
minute.
to look that up.
Wait a minute. July 29th. Would that make you a Leo, darling?
That makes me a Leo.
That is okay. Here's the thing. Why is it that when a Leo especially Leo women, but when Leos find other Leos, whenever I see a Leo woman, I lose it. Like we start hugging and screaming in the middle. I don't know what it is. I think it's just we just love each other. And
We're gonna hug right now. Like, yeah, there, do a little
group
virtual
hug, group
hug.
hug. Yeah, well, you know what? I always used to send virtual high fives out. You know what I mean? Give out cool points. And it was so funny when I was the command ombudsman for a really large naval base. And I remember delivering webinars and I would say, "Oh, you answered that question. Way to go. You know, you're a hero. Here's 5 cool points." And I would throw the cool points out there. And then one of my coworkers said, "You gave so and so 7 cool points." And I was like, "Wait a minute, um you realize these are redeemable at any time, but they just have a value of being awesome." Like I can give you 10 cool points to make up for the 5 I didn't give you.
Oh, 100%. You know, just to
More
substitute it.
unlimited supply of cool points.
It all cancels
Oh,
out.
right. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, this is fantastic,
Okay,
Cheri. Thank you
wait, let
so.
me show you my bowls real quick.
Oh yes, let me see
So
this. Let me see this.
I'm just gonna do one here. I'm gonna do this one.
I can't hear it on my screen.
Oh, you can't?
No, I was waiting. I was waiting for something to happen. I was like,
It's so loud. That's weird. But it's okay. You know, the energy is still out there. But what you want to know about sound bowl therapy, it lowers your stress level, reduces anxiety. They're using sound therapy to heal diseases now. So this is really more than just an Airbnb. It's a way to heal your body, and we can have a conversation. Like when I say I don't interact with the customers, if they come specifically for an event, like, hey, we're going to the winery and thank you for hosting us, that's different. But if they're having a spa treatment, I'll sit down with them with have a cup of tea with them while we get the spa space set up, and that way they can ask questions. I talk about coffee enemas, the benefit of coffee enema. And I know it sounds kind of different, but coffee enemas boost your glutathione by 500%. And glutathione are your warriors. They fight free radicals for your body. It's your immune boosters. And if I can increase anything by 500%, a dollar, increase it by 500%. That's big, right? So coffee
every little bit
enemas,
helps. You know.
every yeah, coffee enemas. We talk about carbon C60. I hope someone's googling all of the things I'm talking about, but they're going to be, this first book talks more about the whole spiritual thing. And in order to be healthy, the first thing you have to do is believe you can be healthy.
That's a good step.
You have
Everybody
to,
is. Yep. That's
yeah,
a good way to look at it.
you have to start by at least imagining, when was the last time you felt good? When was the last time you went on a bike ride? Go back into that vibration and see yourself doing it again. Like right now, I'm manifesting this piece of equipment. It's called the AMI 850. It's an acoustic meridian instrument, and it's created by this amazing doctor. And she talks about how sound therapy can put the body in alignment because our bodies are instruments. And it heals the circulatory system, rebuilds cartilage. It's such a spectacular device that I know it'll be the complete complement to my other healing devices at Tata Darling. Right now, I have an Alpha Stem device. These are all medical grade devices. And an Alpha Stem is fabulous because right now we're in beta state. We're talking, we're laughing, we're having a good time. That's beta, right? But when you meditate, you want to get to alpha state. You want to center yourself and ground yourself. And what this device does, you put them on like earring clips, the clips, you just clip them on your ears, and it has a conduction fluid and then liquid, and then you just sit there quietly for 15 minutes, and it helps your brain waves slow down enough to get to alpha state. And so it's called an alpha stem, and they use it for PTSD, men that were in the military, and is FDA approved. That's a device that can be used at Tata Darling. So you're not just coming in and just seeing the beautiful space. What you're doing is you're coming in seeking wellness. If you're seeking something like, well, maybe my gut health, maybe someone needs to hear that they need to see this movie, Super Juice Me. And that movie talks about people that had irritable bowel syndrome and how they juiced red cabbages cabbage juice and drink it. I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm simply saying if you have a moment, check out Super Juice Me and these different documentaries like Commercial. It's Chemical Immersion. It talks about the different toxins and some of the, the different detergents and things like that. Things that we can do to heal our bodies. I start making my own detergent. I only use vinegar and baking soda for my dishes and things like that. I'm doing these small things to ensure that I'm giving my body the best chance to be as healthy as it can for as long as it can.
Well, self-care is everything. You know what I mean? Like you do
It's
feel
me
so much
first,
better.
darling. Me
You really feel
first.
so much better. Like really,
Yes.
like
Oh, I love that.
it's yeah, like and I'm so glad that you're encouraging this, because it's
Yes.
something like we need more of it because I've even learned drinking more water
Yes.
and staying hydrated and focusing more on that instead of the sugary drinks all the time and stuff. It's helped. It's really really helped
Yes.
and eating better, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
even just try it. Just try it
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
And really it really
Well,
helps.
without saying the name, I will share that I wasn't sure that I could have children, and God blessed me with four. But I will tell you, I was concerned enough to go to a fertility doctor, and one of the things the doctor asked was, "Hey, how's your nutrition?" And I said, "It's good. I'm in my 20s. Of course, it's great. I'm eating French fries every day, and I haven't gained an ounce, right?" But so when he said, "Are you consuming caffeine?" and I said, "I drink two cafe mochas a day. And I have a chocolate chip bagel, lightly toasted with butter." and then and then he goes, "Stop drinking coffee." And I was like, "What?" and then like within 3 months I was pregnant. So I don't know if that helps anybody, if you want to not drink coffee or whatever, but and if you have to drink coffee, like, oh, forget that, I got to drink coffee. What you can do, since coffee in its normal nature or whatever is acidic, and we want our bodies to be more alkaline because acidic body can procure disease. So if you're drinking something that's highly acidic, what you can do is this. I'm going to whisper it so they'll listen. You can add medicinal mushrooms. Medicinal mushrooms, you get them off Amazon or wherever your favorite health food place is. Medicinal mushrooms, just put a teaspoon in there. Boop. And then when you put it in there, you'll notice that the compound of the coffee now is alkaline. You can enjoy your cup of coffee, and put your creamer in or whatever you want to do. But that's what we should do. And then also we don't have to put anything in our mouth before 10. Our body's still trying to eliminate what we did the night before. So if you can, give your body a digestive vacation and say, you know what? I'm really not hungry this morning. Maybe I'll just grab um, a smoothie or an acai bowl and, give your body a break, because after 3 days, I've done a 12-day fast, and that's water and tea. And the platinum package is 21 days, but I've gotten as high as 12, and I'm proud of myself. But in that space, after the third day, what occurs is autophagy. And autophagy means self eating. And what happens is any cells that are not performing optimally will be used for fuel. So, what you just did is clean up all the dead and dying cells in your body because you haven't been using 75% of your resources digesting food. So, it's kind of like if you have to clean your house up and you're like, oh my gosh, I have guests coming over. Let me just shove it in the closet. And then okay, I don't have time. I've been working. I did my podcast, and I'm just going to put everything in the closet. So what you've just done is, by not fasting, you put everything in the closet, and that may appear as a lump in your breast, or it may appear because our bodies are really designed to um, not eat as much as we're eating. I'm just not going to put it, we don't really need to eat 3 solid meals a day. We don't have to. We do because we're told it. But really, the Huntz tribe is Huntz. They were in the mountains. And so when the winters came, they could not, they could not, they were forced to fast, put it that way. And then, some really nice do gooders decided, hey, you shouldn't have to starve. These people were living to over 100. And then because we decided they shouldn't have to starve, what their bodies were doing was getting stronger and younger because they were like, it's like getting rid of the fat, cleansing your body, meditating, prayer. And so their lifespan went from like over 100 to under 100. You know what I mean? So I just feel like there's a space where we can, it's a negotiation. Like, okay, well, Cheri, I have to eat 3 meals a day. I have medicine. I get that. But do we have to have soda with it? Or do we have to have the colorful candies? Because we all know colorful candies, our bodies doesn't understand what's in that stuff. So just give
What the
your,
hell's that? And they make you puke it and shit it out. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, if you're lucky, you can get eliminated, but sometimes it gets lost. You know what I mean? And Americans, I won't speak for all Americans, but I know that they're not digesting, they're not eating 3 meals a day and then eliminating 3 times a day. Not happening. Not with the meat that we're consuming and the food. And I'm not sure if your food supply is different from ours. Every country has their differences, but I will tell you that, America, we really need to work on some things. We really need to just I just want the food, like I want the what's that orange Fanta? The orange Fanta in other
Oh, Fanta,
countries,
yeah.
it's made with like oranges and sparkling water. Our orange Fanta isn't made with that. And I love orange. Look at my dress. And but since it's not made the way yours is made, I can't enjoy Fanta the way you can enjoy Fanta. So I just have to be really careful about, what I take in. And, when you drink water, water holds memory. And I don't know if you remember this Japanese doctor or scientist. It was in this movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? And Dr. Joe Dispenza was in that one. And it talked about how this, and I'm sure you've heard of it, but he talks about how, let's say you have a glass of water and you speak life into the water, you bless the water, you have a priest bless the water, and then you have this other glass of water that is spoken, they speak negative to it, and the other glass is ignored. And what they found is when they take a sample out of the one that was blessed, it looks like a snowflake. And then, under microscope, that's what it looks like. And then, when it's crystallized or something like that. But anyway, it's a snowflake. And then the next one, when it's talked badly to, it's all distorted. It doesn't look like a pretty snowflake. But the one that's ignored, I think I might be getting water and rice confused, but it's all the same. And the one that's ignored, for the rice in particular, it was moldy. So it's more hurtful to ignore somebody than to curse at them, I guess. But
No, exactly. It's a losing battle.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But if I can leave everyone with one thing, I would just say this. When you get up in the morning and you're looking in the mirror, just tell yourself you're fabulous or amazing or awesome or courageous, whatever the word is, or just say, I got this. Whatever it is, but you got to say it in the mirror. It's called mirror work. And just, if you say it to yourself and you smile at yourself and, you believe it, it'll be okay.
Yeah, don't worry about a thing. Everything's gonna be all right. Like
That's
that. Yeah.
it. That's
I
it.
can't
That's
believe I just
it.
sang that. But
I love it. I love it. It's so beautiful. Thank you.
well, thank you for just being your amazing optimistic self, bestowing your wisdom upon us. No, seriously, thank you though for this. Like
Aw.
it's really, I really had a blast with this, and hopefully you guys all learned something. You guys are able to take something away from this. Cheri, where can people find you on social media and all that stuff?
Well, you can find Cheri D Photography. So that's at obviously CHERID Photography. And also, we do have Me First Darling. And also, the last one is Tata Darling. So, the Darling universe is going to have. So, my website is actually being developed right now by the beautiful, the amazing SEO queen. Fabulous. And she's helping me get that one together. And she's also was the one that was so instrumental in helping me get my book out. So I just want to give her a special like hug and tell her I love her because she really pushed me. But at any rate, you can find me on Cheri D Photography, Tata Darling, and Me First, Darling. And be sure to get my book. And when you come here, I'm going to give you the hat. Well, not this one, darling, but I'll give this.
That's not
one's
fair. I
mine.
wanted that one. I told you that was the deal. I want that one.
Well, this one, no, this one is has a butterfly, but I can get you one like it.
Okay, perfect deal. It's a deal.
How about that? Okay,
Perfect.
but you got to come in and you have to try it on for all of your fans.
I am booking my ticket as we speak.
I love it. Frankie.
Perfect.
You are awesome. And
You're the best.
Tell Ozzy that he really is the best, and you love him and squeeze him.
He's sulking in the other room because I kicked him out.
You're just gonna give him.
I didn't kick him out. I told him to get up because he was wrecking the studio here, and then I think he's pissed off at me. But
of course he is. But go give him a hug and some treats. You know that's exactly what you're gonna do. So that's why he's spoiled.
That's what I do anyway. I do it all the time. You know me so well. I love it. Cheri, thank you so much for taking the time, and let's definitely stay in touch. I mean, obviously,
where are you going to see me again? So we're going to DM me, and we're going to meet up. So it's going to be interesting.
We're going to have a karaoke, night and everything.
And I didn't even tell you, like, all of the wineries. I'm partnered with Fazeli Cellars. I'm partnered with Altissima Winery, and I just got a partnering with South Coast Winery. It has a spa, darling. So you could go to Tata Darling, get red light therapy, leg compression therapy. You could use the concierge service where we drive you to the spa, leave you there to get pampered, and then once you've had your fill of your champagne and wine tasting, we'll come grab you.
See, when she puts it like that, guys, you can't say no. Literally,
you
can't say no. She's just so amazing. She's so beautiful. She's just everything.
Oh, thank you.
You got to take her services. Cheri, thank you so much again, and really had a blast. So let's stay in touch for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, King. I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, guys, and thank you for listening to the show today. We will see you guys in the next episode. But until then, this is Frankie and Cheri Darling signing off. Cheers. Have a great one.
You too. Bye.